Good afternoon. What do you think about when you hear people say that they've been to a place that was like paradise? Right? Was it the beautiful beaches, maybe the great weather, or even the good food? Well, today we're going to talk about a place that I live that has all those attributes, and that's Okinawa, Japan. And we're going to talk about why it's so great to live in Okinawa, Japan. Well, first we need to understand Okinawa. Okinawa has about 100 islands. 44 of them actually have people that live on. All these islands are pretty small. The one I live on actually is the largest of the islands. It's 65 miles long, 95 miles at its widest point. So that's pretty small, right? But the great thing about it being so small is everything's close by. And for someone who loves the beach, like I do, there's a beach always close by. Well, these beaches in Okinawa are unique. And they're unique because unlike in America where we have sand on the beaches, in Okinawa, most of them have coral on them. Some of them still have sand, but most of them have coral. And the thing that makes that so unique is the fact that if you look up on your top right, you can see how the sand particles on some of the beaches actually look like stars. Is that not fascinating or what? Another great thing is the reason that there's so much coral on the beaches is because there's a coral reef right off the shore of most of them. Well, for someone who loves to snorkel like myself, that makes it great for snorkeling. While my family is sitting out on the beach, enjoying the sun, enjoying the water, I'm out at the coral reefs, snorkeling. Well, the weather, because it doesn't really matter how good the beaches are. It doesn't matter if the weather doesn't cooperate with it. Well, the weather in Okinawa, if you can see from the diagram, throughout the year, I would say it's an average of about 70 degrees. Well, you can see it might get down to 55 degrees at its coldest, somewhere around 90 degrees at its highest. But mostly throughout the year, it's good weather. If you can see down at the bottom, when it does get around August, September time frame, that's usually what they call typhoon season. Well, the great thing about typhoon season over here is, unlike America, the buildings over here are made for it. So we don't have houses blowing away. And this is when, a lot of the time, the surfers come out. So for those people that don't surf like myself, I still go to the beach so I can watch the surfers surf. Watch the waves come in. So I'm still having fun. If you can see here, in March, there's the beach in the background. We got on shorts. Here in May, the weather's obviously great. We're at the beach. We was in the water just prior to that. Even in January, we're at the beach. The weather's still beautiful in the background. Water's a little bit more chilly to get into, but it's still a great day. There's always something to do here in Okinawa. There's always something to do. Well, we've been at the beaches, we've enjoyed the weather. Well, now, everybody's hungry. And Okinawa is a great place to be hungry because there's a lot of food and it's very delicious. Most of their food dishes actually stem from, obviously, most people would guess Japan, but also China. As you can see in the top right, some of the Chinese-looking dishes that they have over here. Now, when I first came here to Okinawa, the thing that really fascinated me was a lot of the food that they ate here in Okinawa reminded me a lot of home. If you see right here in the top left, that was pig's feet. They have pig's feet. Obviously, they put them with noodles, but it's still pig's feet. And just beside it is another way that they cook pig's feet over here. Then you see at the bottom, you have chitlins. You have chitlins. Yeah, they cook them a little different the way I grew up, but I was still surprised to find that that's what they had over here. In the middle is pig ears. Now, obviously you can hear the trend. Hey, they eat a lot of pork over here, just like I did growing up. Matter of fact, we had a little saying growing up that say, with pig, you can eat everything on a pig, from the rooter to the tutor. Right? I guess in Okinawa they have that same saying. And over here you have what they got sanmai-niku, which growing up we called it fatback meat. They cook it a little differently, but it's still basically the same food. Well, some of the dishes that they have over here, you could imagine that most things going to have rice in it. So rice obviously is the main dish over here. Almost every meal has rice in it. If you look at the food, now this probably will surprise you. This here probably will surprise you. Here we have taco rice at your top left. Now you would think taco rice was probably created in a place like Mexico or somewhere like that. But actually, taco rice was created here in Okinawa. In the middle, you have sushi. Everybody would think, you know, being in Japan, that it would be sushi. They eat a lot of sushi here. Right here, you have what they call katsudon. And basically, you have pork again. Here's our pork coming in again. You got pork on top. You have rice at the bottom. And some seasonings on top. And then at the bottom here, we have your fried rice, which a lot of you are familiar with. Another main dish that they have over here is noodles. Here we have our yasai noodles, yasai soba as they call it, and it's just vegetables and noodles. In the middle, you have Okinawan soba. Now your Okinawan soba has the pork on top, you have your noodles, sometimes they put strips of fried eggs in it, and the red on top is ginger. They put ginger on a lot of things over here also. And then all the way to the end is my favorite food, probably one of my favorite foods of all time. It's called hamaya soba. And they actually take, instead of having your sanmai-niku, your fatback meat on top, they actually take the ribs of pork and they compress it to where the bone is soft and edible. But you can't finish a conversation in Okinawa talking about food without talking about your yakisoba, right? Which that's going to be your fried noodle. Just like you have your fried rice, that's going to be your fried noodle. And then goya. Goya is a very bitter vegetable, but it's very healthy. And a lot of people over here eat it. Well, we've had our great beaches. We've enjoyed that weather. And we've had our fill of this delicious food. Now, I'm sure that you all now can understand why I believe Okinawa is a great place to live. Thank you.